Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are we doing? Is this my mic that's on? Or is it this one? There we go. Finally, there we go. I did have them right, but the Stream Deck had turned them off for some reason. Don't understand why, but it turned them off before we went live. It was on there, it was off on this one, and then it seemed to reverse them round. I don't understand why. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is The Scoop, the UK's #1 video game podcast. Even if we do say so ourselves, we go live each and every single weekday at 10 a.m. ish. We were definitely in the ish realm because we pressed go live at 2 minutes to 11. So that, in my book, is definitely in the 10 a.m. realm. It is just me in the studio today. Hello. Graham's got some deadlines to make, so he will be doing that today, which is obviously why you've got myself. It will be a dollop, which usually is about a 40-minute show. We've only got 3 news stories today because we've got a very busy day ahead, myself as well. So we'll go through the 3 news stories. We'll give you our thoughts and impressions. This is where we need you to give us your thoughts and impressions, and then I give your thoughts and impressions on my thoughts and impressions, and the carousel goes round and round and round. Yeah, that's pretty much the premise of the show. I'm getting distracted by the chat because the chat is flying. Tharian Drake, thank you very much for raiding us this morning before we went live. We very much appreciate that. Gagad's in here nice and early too. Buaka says, good morning. I scream from Houston, Texas. So we have our friends over in America joining us this morning. Good morning to you guys. I hope you're having a fantastic morning this morning. Timeless says, morning, nearly 10 a.m. Well, what the hell is going on? Love a good dollop. Yes, it is. I get it. It's just me. Graham's got some deadlines to meet this morning, which is obviously why he's not here. We are Ice Cream Uploads. I've already been through this, but we are part of a company called Jelly Media, and we work in the video games industry. And as if you guys may already know, it's video game season. There's games coming out, which is obviously why we don't seem to go live as frequently in the morning as we usually do, because this is a very busy time in the video games industry at the moment. So we are our workload is ramping up, which is why the shows aren't as frequent, a little bit delayed, and a little bit shorter than you would come to expect from Ice Cream Uploads during the week. Graham did actually try going live last night with some chasing crates with mates, but Twitch was down in terms of no one could go live. The people who was already live was absolutely fine. They was unaffected. However, if you tried to press the go live button, it wouldn't work. So we waited 45 minutes. It still wouldn't work. So we decided to play off stream with the rest of the guys. You may have seen the clips this morning. Fantastic stuff. I wish that they had party chat on them because they was fantastic, as you'd come to expect from the people that he was playing with. It's a shame that we didn't get to see that, but there'll be another time. There will be another time. A little bit more housekeeping. I do have another PGA video going live today. It is up on YouTube. You just won't be able to see it yet because it's classed as being unlisted. That will be going live at probably around 1 or 2 o'clock this afternoon. So I will put the link into our Discord if you're not already there, !Discord, in the chat. You will then get a link to our Discord. If you could, again, I think this is our final PGA video that we've got going out. If you could be so kind as to give that a share and retweet when it does go live, that will be absolutely fantastic. It's not every day that we get to work with our favorite publishers, our favorite developers, and they've given us behind the scenes access to a game which I'm very much looking forward to. Definitely one that I've been waiting for the longest times in terms of the Golf Club 2, a Golf Club 2019. Then we eventually moved over to PGA Tour 2K21, which, by the way, if we didn't already mention, we had 60,000 people at one time watching us, which was incredible. Now the new game's coming out. Obviously, they deem our channel as being valuable, and they've given us behind the scenes access to be able to do that. It's not every day that we get that kind of access. So if you could help shape that tweet, and to be able to go out, maybe even subscribe to the channel if you've not already, comment underneath, give it a like. It will then obviously try and boost us into the algorithm, which you helped our previous video, our second video, be our most successful video in regards to video game content on YouTube ever, really. I think it's had well over, in terms of our channel strength and our channel reach, it's had well more than we could have ever hoped for. So if you can help us do that one with the next one too, we will be eternally grateful. We do have another video coming out next week in regards to the brand new Astro A30s. I'll be getting the scripts written for that one. We just need to get that one filmed as and when me and Graham are in the studio. So we'll get that one chopped up and put out next week as well. Thank you very much to our sponsors, Astro, for sending us the new Astro Astro A30s. We'll be able to give a deep dive into that too. So it's all go at the moment. Ice Cream uploads and obviously Jelly Media. So yeah, the content's coming thick and fast. Ice Cream says, where are you streaming from? We stream. So I don't know how well versed you are with accents. My accent is Mancunian. I am Mancunian. I travel from Mancunia all the way over to Blackpool in Poulton in Blackpool, which is where the studio is. We're based in the northwest of England, in Poulton-le-Fylde. That's where Jelly Media base is. We are on the first floor as Ice Cream Uploads, where we have our studio. We have done studio tours before. It may be something that we will look to do in the future if you've not already seen it before. We did have a subathon and a community day where we had members of the ICU community come in. We had a barbecue outside, which was done very well by West. We had games in here. We had people filling in and doing some commentary, playing PUBG on this very stage where we had a battle station over in the corner. It was a very, very good day. So you may be able to see that again going forward. He says, very cool, fantastic. But yeah, you're here to listen to someone talk about video games. That is exactly what I'm going to give you this morning as we look to get into our first article, as I need to bring it up on the screen. You may have seen the stream title already about this one regarding Skull and Bones has been delayed once again. It's not going very well over there, so we'll dig into that one as our first news story today. Let me just have a swig of my brew because I'm starting to get dry mouth already. There we go. So, written on Eurogamer by Tom Phillips, he states that Skull and Bones has been delayed yet again and will now be launching in March 2023. And then the tagline, X marks the release spot. Fantastic. Ubisoft has delayed its long-awaited pirate game Skull and Bones yet again, this time round until the 9th of March 2023. I can't stop this ad from playing, which is highly annoying. I apologise if it's distracting, because it most certainly is for me. Originally revealed back in 2017... Now I can pause it. And in development since 2013, the project's launch has been repeatedly pushed back, and it was most recently expected to arrive in November this year, which is November, September. So we got 2 months. So it was 2 months away. While the game is in development, is finished at this stage. Extra time will be used to further polish and balance the experience using players' feedback from our technical test and insider program, which happened over the last 2 weeks. Ubisoft wrote, "This is the right decision for both our players and the long-term success of the game. The 9th of March 2023 provides a suitable release window for this very unique brand." Ubisoft also provided confirmation today of an open beta game to follow in the near future. Back in February, Ubisoft said it was very happy with progression on the game some 5 years after it was first announced and officially delayed in both 2018 and 2019. So, Skull and Bones is something that I keep on seeing pop up on my timeline. It's not necessarily a game that I will be excited to play. It's one of those that's in the realm that I see people getting excited about because of what you are available, what's available to you. What's an open world pirate game? We've seen that. We've had this with Sea of Thieves, which didn't release very well. However, has got better and better and better, and it's probably a game which I still haven't played. But if you are someone who's into those kind of games, it's probably one that I could probably recommend now. However, with this one, I feel like they keep on looking at the competition because essentially Sea of Thieves is their competition when it comes to this kind of stuff. I don't know whether or not this is going to receive the fanfare that Sea of Thieves currently has in terms of longevity. Sea of Thieves, again, started off quite poorly and eventually became a very, very good game with lots of things to be able to do. Fair enough, it's definitely a game that you want to play with your friends rather than being a solo adventure. This might be in the same situation. It's always nice to take feedback from. We mentioned this with Call of Duty yesterday. They've had the open beta, which was kind of closed unless you pre-ordered over the last couple of weeks, and they've taken player feedback on board, and that's what they're going to lead into when they're really going to release the new Modern Warfare 2 game later on this year. They're taking that feedback on board and they will look to implement as much as they can to a standard in which they're happy to ship the game. That's essentially what this has been down to. It's been down to play tests. Have people enjoyed playing the game? Yes or no? Branch off. No. Okay, what's the reason why? My ship kept on sinking for no reason. No one shot it. It kept on sinking. Okay, that's a big error. We need to get rid of that and then put the game back out again, get it balanced, and then we go from there. Like, there's obviously a lot of errors that's happened with this game for them to go, do you know what, we actually need to push a release date back. We cannot fix all of these errors that we've got now through just internal QA testing and the playable beta that's gone on. There's too much going on. We need to get rid of all this stuff that then for pushes the release date back. It's annoying for the people who've been waiting for the game since obviously 2013 when it got announced and then delayed in 2018, 2019. Then COVID happens. It gets pushed back another 2 years. It's meant to be arriving in November this year, and instead it's been put back 6 months. It is kind of annoying, but at the end of the day, you release a bad game on launch. There's been so many games recently that have had that kind of treatment. It's very rare that they end up recovering, which I'll go back to Cyberpunk as well. We talked about earlier this week that they are getting 1 million players a day at the moment on Cyberpunk. They have now tipped past the point where they've had 20 million copies of that game sold, which is a fantastic redemption arc. It's taken them nearly 2 years to eventually get there, but it's at a point now where, again, you could probably recommend it. You could probably have a good time with it. I've seen people on our Discord when they're with their activity feed, they're back playing Cyberpunk again. So it's a fantastic story from Hello Games with their redemption. Ubisoft don't want that. Ubisoft want the game to be a success on launch. They want their they don't want to have to refund everyone again. Not to say again, they don't want to refund everyone like Cyberpunk had to do. Their stock prices drop through the floor. Ubisoft don't want that. So they're going to delay the game. We'll eventually see what happens with this in March next year, see whether or not it's been worth the delay. They've used the dreaded word polish in there, which is an all-encompassing word for we might have to go back and tweak a lot of things, but they don't want to tell you what the things are, so they're just going to use the word polish. That's essentially it's a cover-up word. It's a cover-up word for mistakes that have been made that they need to try and sort out, which is fair enough. Boyaka says, we were just missing the stripper pole and it would have officially been a party. Don't say that out loud. Well, I've already said it out loud. We can say stuff like that on this channel. We're not a prude. We've said a lot worse. Definitely said a lot worse. But yeah, it would have been a party if we had a stripper pole, wouldn't it? We already had the beers. But yeah, it's Skull and Bones being delayed. It is what it is. We'll wait to see more of that when more playable betas happen closer to the time as well. We've got 2 more news stories. As I said, it wasn't going to be the longest show today. We've got 2 more news stories. I'm going to dig into that in a second. Let's have a swig of this. There we go. Let's bring this up on screen then. For those of you that are familiar with this game, this kind of taken the world by storm recently, and it's even managed to get my wife back playing video games again. Disney's Dreamlight Valley's first major content update targets in October. Written by Tom Ivan over at VGC, it says that they will introduce Lion King Scar and continue the main story amongst other features. So, for those of you that aren't familiar with what Dreamlight Valley is, it's a game made by Dreamloft that's based in the Disney's Magic Kingdom. Ish. So you can go to different areas that have. So if you wanted to, you can go to the I haven't seen Frozen. I haven't seen Moana, so I don't know where they're actually located. But you can go to the Frozen area in Frozen, and you can go to Hawaii. I don't know, but a really nice place. You can go there, rescue Moana. You can go over there. You can rescue whatever the little snowman's called in Frozen. Go there, bring them back to your Magic Kingdom. Yeah, you get the idea. It's very much like Animal Crossing meets The Sims, is essentially what it's like. He's like Ron Burgundy. He says what's being typed. So that's essentially what it's like, yeah. That's essentially exactly like that. Gameloft has revealed new details about the first major Disney Dreamlight Valley update, including plans to launch it in October. While we can't share the exact timing yet, we are targeting a release in around 3 weeks, reads a message on the game's official Twitter account. As previously announced, the Lion King update will introduce Scar and continue the main story. It will also include an improved photo mode, new avatar poses, and also some bug fixes. We've been blown away by the excitement that you've brought to the valley, but also they're known that there's still issues to be tackled, Gameloft said. It is said that the hard work on fixes for 3 priority issues, progress loss, missing Founders Packs rewards, and also some console crashes. Players should expect updates on this upcoming release Players should expect updates on these in the coming weeks as Gameloft gets closer to locking in the features. In total, it said that a total of 40 fixes are coming for problems including quest progression blockers, rain not watering crops, and audio distortion on Switch. Disney Dreamlight Valley launched this month to early access for PC and on consoles, and while a life simulation adventure game will be free to play when it gets its full release in 2023, players need to purchase a founder pack to participate during early access periods, unless you've got Xbox Game Pass, which it doesn't state on here. You can play it on Xbox Game Pass right now. If you do have that, you don't have to buy the Founders Pack. But concluding this article, then Toy Story will be the focus of the game's second major update, which will be scheduled to launch later this year. Fantastic. Toy Story is by far my favourite Disney IP. It's definitely up there. I mean, it's in a tie for my favourite animated movies from Toy Story or Shrek, and I can't choose between them. Toy Story, I think, because obviously that's what I grew up with, but Shrek just because it's absolutely hilarious. I struggle to pick my favourite out of those two, but they are definitely in my top two. But yeah, Toy Story and The Lion King, this is something that I am excited about, because Samantha watches me play video games. She enjoys me playing certain types of games, not everything. She will not be interested in watching me play through Master League on Pro Evo. That's never going to happen. She's not asked about me playing Battlefield either. But games like Saints Row or Grand Theft Auto or something that's got a little bit of substance behind it, she's more than interested in watching that kind of stuff. This is the kind of stuff that I'm interested in watching Samantha play. Because she's such a huge Disney fan, seeing these different areas that she's been going to be able to meet these characters, and her being blown away by what is actually being produced from this game and how true to life and what she's grown up with. This is amazing. I can't wait to see her play some more of this in terms of seeing more of the Lion Kingdom, and also what we're going to see. Are we going to go into Andy's room? Is this going to be like way back when, like the early 90s, rather than it being moved forward in time? I want to see more of this. I can't wait to see more of this. This is fantastic. It is a very, very good game. For those of you that are interested in these life simulator type games, this I can 100% recommend it, especially if you have kids and they are into Disney and they're just trying to find their feet with games. Like, I would recommend this over the standard kids games like Roblox or Minecraft. This is 150% better than those games. It's not quite Pokemon if you're trying to get them into those kind of turn-based action RPGs. It doesn't have any of that kind of stuff. This is definitely more Sims, Animal Crossing, but I don't want to say dumbed down because it does have some RPG elements in there, but it's definitely a very good entry-level game if you are a parent and you're trying to get your kids into games, but you don't really want them playing Roblox where there's just loads of weird people grooming kids, which it's an accusation, but it's one that's been founded. Do you know what I mean? It's one that's got substance. It's definitely one that's got, I've not just pulled that out of my ass. That is definitely one that has some backbone. It has some traction. You don't want your kids playing that stuff. You want them playing Disney Dreamlight. You want them playing Pokemon. Do you know what I mean? They're the type of games that you want your kids to be playing. It's 100%, says Naked Neil. Absolutely, mate. I don't throw accusations out that don't have substance, you know what I mean? Or that hasn't been proven, because that will get me into a lot of trouble. It's one that's been highly accurate and one that's been founded. So if you are a parent and you get your video game news from us, I'm bringing it to you from the streets. I'm taking stuff that's been founded and bringing you to a nice little podcast. That's what we do on this channel. It's one that's my brother-in-law's sister was groomed on Roblox. She was 9. There you go. Do you know what I mean? This is what we do. We bring you the news from the streets that you may not be aware of. So, play Disney's Dreamlight. 5 stars. Your kids won't get groomed on it. There you go. Boom. Easy. A month fell apart. 5 months. Mate, there was a story, wasn't there, on I don't know if Samantha was telling me, or I heard this on Kind of Funny, or I just heard it around in the video games news, or any of the millions of podcasts that I listen to about video games, that Kim Kardashian, her child, one of them, was playing Roblox, and then they ended up finding her porn tape on there in one of the worlds. So someone had created this world that was about Kim Kardashian or something, and then a video of her sex tape was being played in there, and her child found it. Like, you don't want your kids playing stuff like that. You have no idea what these weird people are creating within these. If you give someone the ability to be able to create stuff, I sent this over to Graham yesterday. Resident Evil 3 was trending yesterday because it was September 28th, obviously. So that was the opening scene of Resident Evil 3, September 28th, daylight. again, going on a little bit of Resident Evil thing, but there's people that create 3D renders of porn with like Jill Valentine and stuff, and I'm like, you're obviously very good at creating 3D renders. Why are you doing stuff like this? You could definitely put these skills to good use, but you're creating renders of Jill Valentine in porn. Why? Like you click on the trending thing, and it's like the first thing that comes up there. It's bizarre. I'll never understand it, but if you give the ability for people to be able to do stuff like that are a bit weird, then they'll create it, and people end up falling into the traps, unfortunately. But enough about weird things on the internet. We've got one final news story for you today. October's free games. It's not quite Friday. It's not quite Free Game Friday, which obviously we'll be able to play the little jingle that I made for you guys not long ago. It's Free Game Thursday, and by God, do we have some absolute bangers being said here. If you haven't already, and you're not a Prime member, go and get it. Just for these 3 games alone. Get them into your collection, because it's 100% worth it. So, let's move into this. Lake says there's a Modern Warfare 3 beta launching today. Is there? I don't know where that burp came from. I do apologise. I thought it was hiccuping. That's bizarre. I haven't seen that. Otherwise, it would have been included today. I might do a little bit of quick research in a second. World War 3. Oh, there's a World War 3 beta launching today. Ah, okay. I don't know why. I thought the M was a W. I've been in the Modern Warfare mood, you know what I mean? We've been streaming that stuff. World War 3, okay, that's probably why I haven't seen it then. But yeah, World War 3 is in beta today. I haven't seen that game, I don't think, so I might be able to pull that one up in a second. But your final news story for today then. October's free games with Amazon Prime Gaming have been leaked. This has been written by Chris Scullion over at VGC. The next batch of free titles set to be offered to Amazon Prime Gaming members have seemingly leaked. According to a high reliable Deal Labs user, then the leaker Bill B. Kun. October's Prime game lineup will include 7 free titles, and they reportedly include Fallout 76, Middle-earth Shadow of War, and Total War Warhammer 2. Middle-earth Shadow of War is absolutely worth it just for this as well, and Battle of Fallout might be good one day, maybe not today. The full list of games reported coming to Amazon Prime are as follows. I've already mentioned the other 3, I will go through them again. Fallout 76, Middle-earth Shadow of War, Total War Warhammer 2, Glass Masquerade, Loom, Heroes Hours, and Horus. Prime Gaming, which is included with Amazon Prime subscription, offers members new PC titles to keep and exclusive in-game content each month. September's free game lineups are still available to claim if you've not already done so, and they include Assassin's Creed Origins, Football Manager 2022, pick that up if you haven't, please. Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor, which is a prequel to Shadow of War. If you haven't already got that one, pick it up if you want to continue your playthrough. The Dig, Defend the Rock, We the Revolution, Castle on the Coast, and World of Lore, the Death Mask Collector's Edition. Amazon Prime Gaming has offered free game content drops in September titles for Apex Legends, Call of Duty Warzone, Destiny 2, The Elder Scrolls Online, World of Tanks, Valorant, and also New World. We don't need to go through all the rest of the stuff at the bottom of the article. It's just giving you some numbers as to how much Amazon are making through this. But please go in and collect your August games as well as your September ones, as the new October games will be coming very, very soon, and there is some absolute bangers in there. Lake said it's just been announced as a surprise. Let's see if I can try and find this then. There isn't much else to say about the free game stuff. You want free games. I'm telling you what they are. Go and get Football Manager. You'll be able to see that now. Save 30% on World War 3 on Steam. Is this it now? Oh, that was released in 2018, so that's definitely not the one. World War 3, the game. Here we go. 1 hour ago. Let's have a look. Open beta, September 29th. This is the one, innit? This is the one. We need more time to roll out for the open beta. There isn't any trailers or anything in this unless I click this and then it leads to their Steam page. Is this the one? I can't actually remember looking at this. Closed beta packs, World at War. I can't find any videos about it, so I'm not going to show it. I'll do some digging. I'll include it in the news for tomorrow. But if you want to look further, go look at worldwar3.com. Worldwar3.com, that is a game that looks like it's coming out and is in open beta according to Lake. I just at you on Twitter. Okay, let's have a look. I've got my Twitter open here. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, so this is what I was looking at before. We don't have any videos of what it looks like, which is why I'm not going to include it on today's episode. However, if you do want to have a look at this, if you want to drop it in the chat link, you can do. This is going live today. It will arrive at 3 p.m. UTC, which is 4 p.m. UK time. World War 3 at World War 3 the game on Twitter if you want to have a look at that. The beta's arriving for that. I will most certainly, when I go back up to my desk, have a look at this to see whether or not it's something that I am interested in playing or not. Just another FPS that's on the market if you are bored already of Modern Warfare 2 or any other Battlefield game, which I've just picked up Battlefield, by the way. I picked up Battlefield 2042 from Game for £10. Levi brought that one in for me yesterday as he went to Game to go and collect some more PlayStation 5s because he's a scalper and he's going to be selling them at a massive profit of a penny, just like Graham. But yeah, I'm going to hopefully play in that one sometime soon. Oh, by the way, we are going to be playing some pro clubs on Sunday. I will remind you again tomorrow. There will be no stream on Saturday as it's Graham's anniversary, so we'll be going out. So my stream on Sunday will be the only stream this weekend. We are going to be playing some pro clubs. We haven't quite decided on what console yet. I've not got the game fully, so I'll be using my 10-hour free trial of my EA Play, either on PlayStation or on Xbox. We have not decided yet. If you want to be involved with that conversation, go over to our Discord and help me decide. Obviously, whichever console has the most numbers available at 10 a.m. on Sunday is the one that we'll be playing on. So if you want to help shape which console that we are going to be on, feel free to go into our Discord. There's a FIFA 23 channel there. I have got a poll being listed, so if you want to get involved with that, please do let us know. But that is it for today's episode of The Scoop. I very much appreciate every single one of you that have joined us for today's show, that have either hosted, rated, followed, or subscribed to us. We very much appreciate it. If you want to help shape the final remaining show tomorrow, there is two ways that you can do so. First of all, find us on social media. It is at Ice Cream Uploads across all major social media platforms, or alternatively, get involved with our Discord. If you are watching this on any of our on-demand services, go into the description below. All the links that you require will be listed there for you, but all we need from you is the URL plus your thoughts and impressions. We will then give you our thoughts and impressions on the very next show, which will be at what time tomorrow? Mr. Graham Day. He's in the chat. Is there. Please, I hope there's not too much of a delay because I'm going to let you do that. I sub GG, I sub GG, I sub GG, I sub GG. That's him in the chat. He's there. He's awake. He is around. 7:30-ish. There we go. Enzo knows it. 7:30-ish tomorrow. Yes, that's it. There must be a delay. You're definitely watching it on his phone, so there's about 30 seconds. But anyway, it's 10 a.m. ish. I think what it is. I sneezed. I caught it just in time. Woo! 10 a.m. ice up-ish. There we go. So yes, 10 a.m. tomorrow we'll be live. I may end up doing another stream tomorrow night. I'm not sure on what yet, but Hocus Pocus is out, so Samantha are going to have her friends around to watch that. It's not something that I'm interested in watching, so it might be that I might be able to sneak on, stream for an hour or so. I don't know what it is yet. It might be FIFA. It might be some more Battlefield. I'm not too sure. But the only way that you can find out is obviously by following us on social media as we go live, or follow us on this channel. You'll be notified as and when we do go live. Stick around though, as I fire you over to one of our friends, as they're going to be continuing probably a playthrough of either PUBG, FIFA, you know the vibe. But if you go over, you're going to get some sprinkles as well as show some love, even if it's a hi and bye. We appreciate you sticking around. But until then, guys, it's been an absolute pleasure to be able to stream for you this morning. And as always, there's one thing that we want you to do, and that, my friends, is to watch the PGA video that'll be coming live around 1 or 2 p.m. But also, as well as that, stay frosty!